Hello friends, welcome back to biology class. First of all, I want to tell you what is biology. Bio means life, logy means study. Study of life or study of living things is called as biology. So you have to make 200 pages notebook and take down all the notes whichever I am dictating, and a few questions also I have given in the videos. You have to note down those questions, find out answers, and you have to write down. And in text and exercise questions I am dictating because you may not be having textbooks at present. So you please note down in any book if you are having, okay, or else in answer sheets also, but somehow you have to complete the notes. Till we meet again, you have to complete all the notes and keep it ready, and you have to learn. Okay, shall I start with the in text questions? Okay, first question: what do we get from cereals, pulses, fruits and vegetables? What do we get from cereals, pulses, fruits and vegetables? Answer: we get carbohydrates from cereals, pulses provide us proteins, fruits and vegetables provide us with vitamins and minerals. Now I'll explain you this answer. So as you have already studied about all this whatever we are discussing now, so cereals what they will provide, and pulses what they will provide, and fruits and vegetables also. So as food is a complete diet, we can say, which is giving us all the nutrients, all the necessary nutrients it is providing. So food is giving us all the necessary things: carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals. All these things are provided by carb. So we have to take a proper diet. So what do we get from cereals? Cereals, they are providing carbohydrates. You can remember C for cereal, C for carbohydrates. And proteins are provided by pulses. P for pulses, P for proteins. And fruits and vegetables, they will provide vitamins and minerals. Okay, let's go to the second question now. Second question: how do biotic and abiotic factors affect crop production? How do biotic and abiotic factors affect crop production? So the answer you take down: crop production goes down due to biotic factors like disease causing organisms, in bracket bacteria, fungi, etc., close the bracket, insects and nematodes. Second point: crop production also goes down due to abiotic stresses like drought, salinity, waterlogging, heat, cold and frost. So now I am going to explain you this answer. You already know what are biotic factors and abiotic factors. In the explanation I told you, and how they are reducing the production of the crop is being told in this. So how it will affect, what are the biotic factors and abiotic factors that are affecting the production, that are affecting the crop production, it is being told in this. Let's move on to the next question, because as we have many questions to write. Third question: what are the desirable agronomic characteristics for crop improvement? What are the desirable agronomic characteristics for crop improvement? Hope you all remember the answer. Answer: the desirable agronomic characteristics for crop improvement are, first point, tallness and profuse branching for fodder crops, dwarfness, second point is dwarfness, DWARF, dwarfness in cereals. This answer means, let me explain you, answer is over, third answer is over. So tallness and profuse branching is for fodder crops, means the fodder crop should be very tall and much branching should be there, profuse branching should be there for fodder crops. That is the desirable agronomic character. And the second point, dwarfness is required in cereals, means the cereal crops should not be very tall. We are we need the grains, so that's why cereal crops should be short only. Dwarf is nothing but short. Let's move on to the next question. Fourth one. What are macronutrients and why they are called macronutrients? Answer. Macronutrients are carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, phosphorus, oxygen, potassium and sulfur. Full stop. Continue. They are so called because macronutrients are required in large quantities. So I have explained you about micronutrients and macronutrients. So macronutrients are the nutrients which are required by the plants in large quantities. I said no, NPK, Ca, Mgs, these are the symbols of macronutrients. So you can remember like that. So nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur. So all these examples which I have given, they are called macro because they are required in large quantities. Okay, let's move on to the next question. That is question number 5. How do plants get nutrients? How do plants get nutrients? And the answer is, plants obtain carbon and oxygen from air, comma, hydrogen from water and remaining 13 elements from soil through root absorption. So let me explain you this answer, as I have already explained you how the plants will get nutrients. So air means the CO2, that is carbon and oxygen is supplied by air, and water is H2O, hydrogen is supplied by water, and the remaining nutrients they are supplied by soil. Okay, now we have completed 5 questions. Let us move on to the next question. Hope you all are copying down. Compare the use of manure and fertilizer in maintaining soil fertility. Compare the use of manure and fertilizer in maintaining soil fertility. Now you make 2 columns, manure, fertilizer, 2 columns. If you write difference between in column wise only, it will be good, so that you can compare them properly and it will be easy. First point in manure column, I am going to tell 1 point from manure and 1 point from fertilizer. First point from manure. A manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of animal waste and plant residues. First point from fertilizers. A fertilizer is a man-made substance. It is an inorganic salt or an organic compound. Now second point in manure, it contains small amounts of essential plant nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Second point, in fertilizer, it is rich in plant nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Third point, in manure, it adds great amount of organic matter in the form of humus in the soil. And third point, in fertilizers, it does not add any humus to the soil. 3 points are enough, I think. Few more points. After this answer, you take down 2 more points. Fertilizers have the following advantages over manures. Fertilizers have the following advantages over manures. Don't write it in the column. After the column, you can write these points. First point, fertilizers have high concentration of nutrients than manures. Fertilizers have high concentration of nutrients than manures. And second point, fertilizers are highly specific in their effect. Fertilizers are highly specific in their effect. Next question. Seventh question is like a choose the correct answer. Which of the following conditions will you give the most benefits and why? No need to write, just you listen. Which of the following conditions will give you the most benefits and why? 3 options are given. First option is farmers use high quality seeds, do not adopt irrigation or use fertilizers. Second option is farmers use ordinary seeds, adopt irrigation and use fertilizers. And third option is farmers use quality seeds, adopt irrigation, use fertilizers and use crop protection measures. So which option do you think the correct option? You have to write down yourself. You have to just choose the option, whichever is correct option you have to think. Which one do you think is right? Yes, third one. Farmers use quality seeds, adopt irrigation, use fertilizers and use crop protection measures are most beneficial for farmers. Okay, let's move to the next question. That is question number 8. Let us continue 8th question in the next coming video. Thank you so much.